Hello! Welcome back to Goosebumps HorrorTown playthrough. This is going to be part 2 to the Haunted School. Now, today we're going to be taking a look into two new characters. One in particular, he has his other side, but we're going to talk more about that next part. I mean, we're going to meet him during this part, but, I'm trying to spread out the information here, so just come on. I know, this has been a while coming, so I'm just going to get right to the point. So, our two main characters we'll be taking a look into is that of Chameleon and Thalia. Now, Chameleon and Thalia, I do like the designs of them. Normally I would be like, oh, they're based on this, but I think this time around they've kind of combined a bunch of stuff into each other. So it's kind of hard to say what is and what isn't a reference in here. However, the look for Thalia does kind of resemble that of what do you call it? It kind of reminds me of Coraline in a bit, and it's kind of weird that you mentioned that because she has a scare animation in a monster form. Well, you'll see more in a minute what exactly that looks like, but you might get spoiled right now because, again, I like to share some stuff, but again, I'm going to share something from Playboy Vampire. I don't think they mind if I share this, but this is a picture they drew and actually posted on the Reddit forum, and I actually really do like their style. And yeah, as you can see, that weird blob monster in the front there, yeah, that's Thalia. They hardly explain why she's a blob monster in these, it's kind of implied that she's not a monster. You know, she's just a victim, yet she is a spawn as well. I don't know why, but okay. Yeah, let's roll with that. And, yeah. Anyways, Chameleon himself, he's an interesting character because of how he's physically designed, his whole look and everything. What's interesting about him is that his character, the best way to describe him is that he's basically Venom from Spider-Man. Not in the fact of how he's portrayed or how he acts. It's more so the fact that the way he has another character with him, the way they talk is almost identical to how Venom talks, in the sense that they're both two identities, but they live in one body. I don't know. You'll see through the story and you can determine your way. It's kind of implying that his shadow is the actual character, but I don't know. The story's going to be all over the place. You decide from here. But anyways, let's just dive right into this video. So we start off with 26 days left to this event. Well, when this event came out, but as we all know now, it's pretty much done. So we'll get into a login bonus. We get our normal stuff as before, so that's nice. Again, it seems like it's been kind of normal for now. So we're gonna get ourselves first a Shadow Lord pack, and we be done. Hooray! Everything hunky-dory. And we got all this stuff, which is nice. So now we're going to go ahead and put this stuff into our little corner up there. But before I do that as well, I must also probably get our other character, because both of them are going to be taking part here. And just like last update, Chameleon will have his own story to tell that you're going to be listening into. However, the Thalia, she's going to be part with the main story, so she won't have a quest line, but she's going to be required for the main storyline. I believe, I don't know what I said exactly for how to unlock this, but it turns out in order to unlock the book, you don't need to put down Thalia, but what you need to do is you need to put down one of the items. I believe it was the swing set. When you put that item down, then the book gets unlocked, and then you're able to... It seems like they're kind of trying this out where they're only having certain items be selected rather than having actual characters do it, which I feel like is a nice gesture. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard now though, because you have to actually beat the game in order to get the special bonus of the book to kind of keep you occupied, but that's neither here or there. So anyways, we're gonna click on this, and this is Mr. Chameleon. Here he is. Nice look to this picture. I also like the fact that his house is basically a red room of of a camera look, and you get to see this old man. But anyways, let's go ahead in his story, which is entitled
The Shadow Lord. The principal of Bell Valley School seems to be a kind, elderly man on the outside, but it's the inside that counts. I'm back, HorrorTown, the town where monsters can truly live. That girl escaped last time, but now I'm getting closer. We are getting closer.
Someone is coming. I must not be seen yet.
My dear Thalia, shadows obey me. Darkness cannot hide you.
Unlike you, I can do this.
place the school bus, have them do grade testing, and place some chairs. It seems like they've changed the animations around because it's kind of showing, like, it's kind of implying him to do one animation, but he doesn't do that, and then another animation will do that. It's weird because it seems like they had something going on. But anyways, his animations is grade testing, shadow puppets, dance with himself, dark plans, revealing photographs, and that's his quest. So we're going to do his one that he needs, which is going to be... Oh yeah, and I was just sharing that. Oh look, black paint. So yeah, he's useful for dropping black paint, so that's nice. But I'm going to do grade testing. However, I'm going to need to move the bus over to here, so that way you get a good picture of him. I love the fact that he's walking around with a cane as well. It has a nice little... I love the fact they kind of give these characters these nice... what do you call them? They're... right, I know the name of it, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. Silhouette. That's it. Their silhouettes is very unique, where you can actually, what I've been doing is kind of doing their silhouettes, and you can pretty much tell who it is without even needing any details. They're like, oh, I know who that, you know. It's a great actual design of character to kind of have them stand out from one another. So his kind of silhouette kind of shows the fact that this guy is a bit of an interesting weirdo. But anyways, this is going to show off his first animation, which is grade testing. Takes a picture, looks at it, puts it in his pocket, but basically, as you can see, the thing goes in and out of color, which is a nice little effect. It's weird, if you leave it a while and come back in and out, you'll see that it starts to screw up because for some reason the animation kind of moves a little bit upwards. So what ends up happening is that the gray bus will just keep on popping in and out. It's weird, but you know, it's one of the charms to this game's little quirkiness, but it's what it is. Yeah, I'm just trying to wait here because I'm trying to get I'm trying to have this thing load, but I always find out I have to load out, have it come in, and then now I can finally, you know, have this going on here. So I think we're gonna be doing this real quick. We're going to learn a little bit more when it comes to the story. Like I said, Thalia as well as Chameleon and his other self, the Shadow Lord, is kind of talking. So the Shadow Lord is its own entity, but they're connected. What I think is going on here is that this is his shadow, and his shadow and himself are like one of the same. So they have two different personalities, but as you can see, they kind of like act like they're together, but they're two different people. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I didn't mean to alarm you. I heard about your school. It's so strange. All things missing? Basement flooded? I wanted to see how bad it was.
Oh, relax. You didn't. Maybe a little. We're getting used to some pretty scary stuff around here.
I'm Thalia, by the way. I'm from, the other side of town. I don't think we met before. Oh, shoot. It's starting to rain. Sorry, guys. I have to go now. Nice to meet you. It's just a little bit of water. It won't hurt you if... Wow, she must really hate getting wet.
No kidding. She left her bag full of... all this stuff is makeup. Why don't we never find nice, cool, smart, awesome people like me?
When are you going to get over yourself? Give me that. Thalia, Wait! I'm coming with you!
I'll give the team credit. I love reading these stories and kind of doing personalities.
Who could be behind all this? Ringing any bells? Oh, school must start. We need to keep those nosy kids busy. They are everywhere, hounding us.
I hear you, Agatha. With everything ruined and the stuff gone, the school cannot open. That Lucy will be making fuss about us. Why can't they keep it quiet? It's no joke what has happened. I don't think this mess belongs to any of the monsters we know. I also reckon the school board is missing too. Some dark, funny business, this one.
Oh yes, dark business. Maybe I could help. You know, when a door closes, a window opens. I'm Mr. Chameleon, principal of Bell Valley School. I've been gone for a while. I'm sure these old-timers can remember me.
Chameleon? That lame photographer from the 40s? I'm not particularly a fan of your work. What brings you here?
What a savage.
That lame photographer from the 40s? Your artwork sucks!
Always charming, Mr. Mortman. Always more like it. Children. I miss taking their pictures. At my old school. It'd be perfect considering the recent unfortunate events.
You might even say a series of unfortunate events. I can't help it, that show's good. Alright, animate school building meeting, look through 1947 books and get some chalkboard. Yeah, I had fun with giving the personality voices to both Chameleon and Thalia. So, if you're wondering what I'm basing the voices off of, Thalia is supposed to be very timid and shy, and the fact that she's wearing yellow kind of plays to this. But the way I kind of look at her, especially when you find out what she looks like actually with color, I made her more like a Fluttershy character, hence her kind of timid voice, and, you know, I can't really do it very well. Meanwhile, Chameleon, I decided to pull out my old Sean Connery voice and just kind of did that as an old man. Because, you know, I'm doing this, but, you know, I prefer, it kind of gives an old, I don't know, it kind of gives off the old Sean Connery vibes, or the Batman Bane of, no one knew who I was till I put on the mask. Oh, God. Man, I miss doing these. I'm happy that as the time of this video, I'm completely done of all the old stuff, and I can't wait to look forward to October. There's a lot to talk about for October, and there was a potential unfortunate glitch that happened, but it also benefited me, so I kind of look at it as a, what do you call it, taking lemon and putting it into lemonade kind of scenario. You'll see what I mean when I get to that point, but we'll focus about this event right now, right? That event won't be coming for a little while, but hey, at least now we can look at the new stuff, no longer the old stuff. The old stuff has been covered at this point, so I don't have to look at the past anymore. People be like, oh, can you do this? It's like, no, it's in my channel now. Go watch it. Alright, so anyways, now let's take a look into Thalia and her abandoned makeup shop. Here she is, with a little stick. Now, what's interesting with for the longest time, for a while, these characters had houses, but they didn't have names. But as of recently, they've changed it, so now it's Thalia's hideout. And that's supposed to be the dark room, but it's whatever's the dark room. So I'm kind of glad that they finally changed that and fixed it so that they each have their own type of thing. Anyways, Thalia has skipping rope, color word portal, apply makeup, gray feeling, and hide at the beauty shop. These are, most of the items she drops are just the normal ones, so it's not really like anything like, oh, she's going to help me with the event. Like, yeah, she is going to help you with the event, but she's not going to, like, do premium stuff. You know, as expected. Though I wasn't a fan of the fact that she was like 11K of the haunted photographs, because of the fact that, in my personal opinion, I feel like that was a way high enough number, and I've heard a lot of people didn't get her very well, so that was a bit of a sad thing. But, yeah, at the moment, we're going to actually show off the actual characters to the Val Valley School. I will talk about the children in another video. But, yeah, the kids, the gray kids, anyways, what I refer to. But, yeah, Thalia, for some reason, actually has it. And, this is what they do. For some reason, the walking animation looks very bizarre. They kind of have this static kind of like they're 8-bit kind of low polygon kind of walking, and their scare animations, well, yeah, they turn into weird blob monsters. I don't know what it is, but those scary blobs, like that face, reminds me of something, but I can't for the life of me put a pin at where I've seen that before. It's like I've seen a blob with scary teeth like that, but for the life of me, I can't think of where. Now, if the blob had eyeballs, then I could say that, oh, that's Disturbed. The mascot from Disturbed. But no, it's not that. So it's like, where have I seen that before? I can't for the life of me know. I'm hoping by the time that this video gets posted up, and then someone in the comments will be like, oh, this reminds me of this. And I'll be like, oh, that's what it was. And then in part 3, I can be like, hey, I know what it was now. Or hell, maybe I would just forget about it, right? Because, yeah. Oh, man. I'll be honest with you. Like, I really want to talk about what's been going on for October. But, yeah, for now, we're talking about September stuff. Well, we're pretending we're in September, and October hasn't happened yet. We don't know what's going on, but... Oh, dear. Oh, no. Yeah, it's its own little problems, and I can't wait to talk about that, because, ooh, a lot to talk about, a lot of fun, and a lot of sadness, let's just put it that way. This one is just a bit, it's interesting, but there are some flaws with it. I'm also going to be doing something new when it came on, that's how long it's going to be, it's like a minute and a half, so that's pretty decent. What I'm also going to be doing is I am going to be changing a bit of the way the formula is going to work moving forward. I am still going to be, I'll explain it in part 4, you'll see what I mean by this. But anyways, we're going to be doing another animation. This is going to the color world. And if you've ever seen a weird... there was an old show. I'm not sure where exactly this was from. For me, I think it was... Canada had this YTV program. I think that's where it was from. So I'm guessing that Chalk Zone was from Nickelodeon in American. I don't know anywhere else outside the States. I have no idea. But there's a show called Chalk Zone, and anyways, if you watch that show, you'd probably know this animation. She draws a portal world, and then there's this watch. You got these weird grabby hands coming out, and then it just kind of closes again. Also, I love the fact that the board has some weird little texture details there. It's kind of interesting because it makes you wonder with how they've designed this type of stuff. What I think is going on for the buildings anyways, I think they're actually 3D models, and then what they do is they kind of put color in there and then just kind of save it as a 2D image. But anyways.
So you are back. I'm sure wasn't hoping to see your face again, Muddler. Especially after that whole class went missing under your watch. When was that? 1947?
Oh, I love that. They call her Mr.Chameleon. Okay, for those who don't know, a little history lesson. When they say Muddler, they mean William H. Muffler. He's well known as being the man who has grandfathered the whole spirit photography. He's famous for getting the Ghost Lincoln thing. And, yeah, I can see why they decided to give him that honor name. Clever.
Oh, you two crack me up. Mar. Such a great memory.
What a creepy old man.
Anyways, you have indeed arrived in a timely manner.
That's true. You can keep them busy. I mean, maybe school can start after all. This time in Bell Valley.
It's settled then. I'm picturing a great year.
Oh no, you two do the punnies? Great, I can't wait for this.
Finally, a way to catch that girl. We are back, Thalia. You better watch yours.
Damn, the saddle orange is gonna destroy my throat. Man, I do love doing the Dr. Claw voice, but oh man, my vocal cords.
Ring! Time is running out, children. What trick are you playing now? It's not always easy to make friends in the schoolyard.
What if someone knows I'm gray? I shouldn't leave, but I don't even remember the last time I played with someone. People can be mean with a new girl. More when it's me. Some sketchy stranger who would like to hang out with me.
Hey, you, new girl. I've been trying to get your attention. Do you want to hang out with us?
But what? You all want to hang out with me?
Of course we want, silly. All kids are welcome in HorrorTown.
Get the swings, obtain a hall pass, and sell hall pass. So yeah, this is where when you place the swing down, this is when the book gets unlocked. Yeah, I feel bad for Thalia. You know, like after man, she's like what? Technically, like if this is taking place in the 90s, she's technically like what, 60, 70 years old now, but she's still a child. So how long? How does it work? Is it like that she's like there for like a year, but then she comes out and it's like 70 years passed or something like that? I don't know. Like it's a decent amount has passed, like holy. But yeah, she's so timid. And what's interesting too about the book, oh, before I do that, I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Oh, pff, boo. I'm just gonna sell it for 1. That's what you want to do. Do this, and then just check off like, yeah, that you do this. You know, 3, no. Yeah, so now they're like, yeah, sell this for this much. You know, nah, don't do that. Keep on refreshing until you get the one you want. You have to get rid of that one though, and you cannot get out. So anyways, leave the kids alone. Yeah, okay, the wall. Okay, yeah. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. Yeah, funny, clever, haha. Yeah, aren't you? You do the funnies. Ugh. Man, I don't think that's going to be the last one they're going to be doing that of, but, yeah. Anyways, there's a bunch of, what was I saying? I know I was talking about that I think it was Thalia. Yeah, it was Thalia, but what was it? Yeah, you know, I think it was something about her being timid. I feel bad for her, though, right? Oh yeah, this is something I mentioned. What's this? Ooh, spooky. Yes, so, I didn't know I mentioned this. I figure I'm going to mention it now, in case I don't. But if you noticed, there was a weird G there. What was that all about? Well, you know those nice jumping chest mimics or those weird characters? Yeah, well, now they've changed to just be, the giant floating Goosebump G's. That when you tap on it turns into a gray puff of, smoke. Yeah. Cool, I guess. You know. Oh, man. Boo. Boo! We want our chest back, man. I don't know. Like, I find it's interesting. Like, it does stand out, but I'll be honest. I'm gonna miss the jumping chests. They kind of look nice, but, you know, it's whatever. Whatever, man. So, anyways, Chameleon's gonna do his thing, and, he's going to do Dark Plans, and this is something, we're not going to see this, I think, in this part. I think it's going to be, like, in Part 3 or Part 4. But I found out I have a bunch of stumps, and what you're going to see here is that he's going to have this weird animation going on, and what's going on here is that he's going to this stump, and he's not doing the animations that he needs to do, which is a building, which I'm going to share afterwards, because he's supposed to go, I believe, right over here in the hall. He's supposed to go over here because there's like a tree stump hidden in this area, but instead I have like 4 different stumps, and he decided to go to one of them. So now you get this weird looking animation going on because the game can't classify to say, oh, it's that stump you want. So anyways, I'm going to put these tables, or these chairs down, and then after that, we're gonna continue on with his story. Hey, Aaron, I was talking to Lucy and Dustin. Seems there's a new girl this year. They didn't say much, but apparently you won't be alone.
Maybe she'll get me. After all, we are a bit different, aren't we? It'd be nice to make a new friend.
Nice to see Aaron is back in the fray. It seems like every story they trying to bring back a character into the fray, I guess. It's interesting.
What do we hear?
Oh, they mean her, I'm sure. Soon enough, everything shall become darkness. Let's pay a visit to that school. My boys hurt so much.
I gotta love that clown music put in the background. If you're curious about the clown music, by the way, that's actually from a old flash of, there was like, during when Goosebumps came back in 2008 for the Goosebumps HorrorTown, or not HorrorTown, Horrorland series, they had a website up. And, yeah, they had a soundtrack there. I think someone actually uploaded most, if not all, of these soundtracks. And I decided to kind of utilize that, and there was one that had clown music, so I'm like, yeah, you know what, this would be great for circus theme. And try to make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more, you know, better. But yeah, anyways, going back into here, the reason why we're going to do this is because I want to show what happened before. If you notice through this, is the fact that both the boy and girl, they ended up merging with one another, and the boy overtook the girl. So what ended up happening is that they both kind of did the same animations. So this was just me kind of showing off. Yeah, so this is just one of them single, and I'm just like, well, you probably seen more of the boy, so I'm like, all right, here's the girl. So you get a good idea. They both do the same thing. I just wanted to give a close up of the one because the boy was overtaking the girl's. Yeah, that's the one thing I'll rant about right now that's annoying. There are some times when you're clicking on a character, and what happens is you have two characters kind of going on top of one another. So it's like the character you want is being overtaken by another character, and you're just hoping to the god of Slappy that they at least one of them moves away so that you can at least click it so they go up on the mountain, but they're just following the same patterns, and then eventually one of them turns around like, oh thank god, finally I can click on the guy I wanted. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. This is the animation in question. It looks so stupid because his body is overclipping the thing, and it's like, what's this going on here, right? But anyways, yeah. I'll show you what it probably should look like, but you'll see the pain I have to do in order to get it. I have no idea how I got so many stumps, but anyways, let's just go on with his story.
Here, look at this place. Children, how could anyone want that? They never stay still. They are awful, and obviously their pictures are.
Easy, Charm. Focus. We need to get to the school board. Those uglies in the corner.
I can't think with all this noise. Rowdy kids. All the noise.
Maybe we can freeze them with fear.
Oh yes, we can make the shadow thing. Hey kids, look at this. Isn't it horrible?
What do you mean by the shadow thing? Alright, animate shadow puppets. You need to have the projector and then reach a scarometer milestone. Okay. When it's a milestone, that's okay, right? It's when you have to fill up the scarometer. That's when it's a pain. Yeah, that's when you're mad when that happens. Man, it only if you just started the game off, then it's gonna be easy. But if you're like me, then it's gonna be a pain. But anyways, I'm gonna show you now what Chameleon looks like, or I should say the Shadow Lord or the Shadow Lord. But this is what he looks like. He looks like the Grim Reaper. And what's interesting is that his design, when you're, he's gonna do this, right? So, yeah, so you see those, the things on his, Yeah, so this image here with him with the eyeballs, that makes him look like the frontman logo to the Disturb, or the band. You might know who Disturb is. The band is just like, that guy, or the the rumbling heavy metal band. I think they also did a cover art to Land of Confusion and also The Sound of Silence, so you may know them from that. Anyways, long story short, regardless, he also reminds me of that one creepy the Muppets Christmas Carol, when the ghost of Christmas yet to come, of him being a giant cloaked figure, but in his cloak, like the weird things going on in the cloak there with his eyes, with the dots. What I think is going on there is that those are eyeballs. So it's implying that this guy, the Shadow Lord, has a bunch of, I guess, trapped souls with him. They don't actually say it in the game, by the way, but the design to his character kind of implies it. And I really do like where they went with this guy, because literally in the book, he was just a MacGuffin. He was just a guy who just hated kids, and his magic picture taker to turn kids take them to like the gray world, which is like our world, but it's in black and white and monochrome. And nowadays that's kind of cool, because there's like the Stranger Things stuff, and the upside down being the new hip thing. Okay, now, I know this is going to be out of context because we're supposed to be in September, not October, but I'm going to be a bit of out of context right here. Did you know there was a game called Cook Diaries, and they decided to partner up with hold on a second. Yeah, so this is animation for Shadow Puppets, and this is a nod to, this is the strangest animation nod, but if you want to know the whole kind of scary picture there, I think that's a reference to Killer Clowns from Outer Space. One of the clowns was doing this weird puppet show thing, made a monster, and then the monster shadow puppet ate the people. It's a stupid 80s movie, but it's one of those, ooh, it's so good. But anyways, what I was talking about before, we're going into the next part of the story. Apparently they partner up for the Halloween stuff. This weird cooking game got Stranger Things of all things to go, and I might make a short video ranting about it, and you'll see why.
These are Dustin, Aaron, and Marty. I swear they're nicer than they look. Nice to meet you all.
Hey, welcome to town.
Yo. That's it? Just yo? Okay. Yo!
Ah, please. This annoying Lucy will make friends with anybody. This was barely a test. Your next lesson will not be this easy. Beware. You're in for a scare.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. He just said beware. Come on.
I tell you, Lucy, as soon as you left, I heard Mrs. Marr talking to some guy. School's starting, just somewhere else. Bell Valley, I think they said.
Bell Valley School? Oh no, this means he's here!
Bummer, right? I thought so too.
I love how he's more concerned with the fact that he's going, God, man, we have to go back to school. Meanwhile, she's seen the true horror.
Oh, Dustin, you have no idea how bad this is.
No, you don't know. Later then, Mrs. Marr saw me skating and told me she was putting us in charge of some decorating committee for the school dance.
Decorating? You? I would like to see that. You go ahead. We need to make up something first.
Do some lunchboxes, sell some lunchboxes, and animate doing the poking a stick at the hole. By the way, I don't know what the deal is with the hole, right? I get it that it's in another dimension where you're in the gray world, but like what is with that hole? Is that like a black hole? Is it just like it goes into nothingness? Or like did someone like threw a wrecking ball at it and now it's just indented? Like what is that? They don't really explain very well, do they? And Yeah, and then this is what you need in order to get that. But lucky for me, I have characters and buildings that are going to do that and drop that for me. And especially that one useless character that is now useful because he gives me lunch boxes. So he's going to make my life easy. You know. Yeah, I feel so bad for Thalia. Like, the voice I give her, I think fits perfectly with her character. But, yeah, she has the characteristics that you feel like, oh, poor child. Like, yeah, come here. I want to, protect the child. Right? But, yeah, you know. Weird. Oh, yeah, I forgot to show this. This is what Wolf Boy and Wolf Girl, drops now. Yeah, I should have mentioned that, but, oops, I forgot. Oh, yeah, and, this is what I was talking about before. These are the scare... Apparently they fixed them. Now he's scared, so... Yeah, I guess they must have saw my video and was just like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Why isn't he scared? He's supposed to be scared. He's not supposed to be, like, Superman invincible, but... Yeah, they fixed him. And, moving forward, I'm going to show you all the characters now, moving on now, that get scared. And, the next character we're going to get is hilarious. How I ended up picturing. Well, you'll see when that comes up. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure why exactly I'm doing Rachel over here. Oh, okay, web surfing, getting the... I see the fingerprint. I'm showing off, like, well, how do I get fingerprints? I'll do that, right? I guess that's what I was doing? Yeah, this is what's the second part where you're kind of going back into watching things from the past and thinking, why was I doing this? Oh, yeah, and I love this, by the way. This is what I was talking about. When you come in and out of a game, for some reason, the animations is just now shifted. So now you see he's just doing it in a ghost. A ghost? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, question mark. Anyways. The Haunted School. Adventure into Bell Valley to discover the darkest secrets. The Shadow Lord has returned after many years with shadowy desires. Why return now? Maybe Thalia's presence can give Lucy and Dustin some answers. She knows about the hidden side of City, but are they brave enough to follow her and check it out? Yeah, so that's the story to the Haunted School blurb, and now we're going to take a look into the grand prize of the Forgotten Fable. And I love it that it's basically a picture, or not picture, but, you know, a thing of his statue, and it just kind of put a blue paint on it. I don't like blue, by the way. Anyways, this is the pop-up for her, and then we're going to end it with Chameleon, and then the Shadow Lord. Yeah, you're going to have it with those two guys. I'll talk more about with the Shadow Lord. I think I've basically kind of talked about it now, but I'll show the better picture of him. Because I was gracious enough to see it, and oh man, I love how they designed him. Oh man, you know, this story is gonna get real interesting real quick, and certainly has been one of the more, like, it's gonna be hard to say, like, yeah, I guess you just have to wait and see for the next parts of whatever I'm thinking about. Maybe, I don't know. I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to lose my mind a bit, so I'm gonna go to bed. I feel like I'm gonna faint, so I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Hopefully in part 3 when I'm wide awake and not sleepy. So yeah, until then, something stay in school. I don't know, some sort. Oh, I know.
Stay in school, kids.
No, just cut that out. That's cringe.